Hey, how's your week been?
Not too bad. How about you?
Oh, I mean, it hasn't been a bad week, but it's been a week.
Thankful.
Oh, I've got some shit to say.
Me
Got
too.
some shit to say.
I
But anyways, we decided after last episode that we need to be like closer. We need to be closer to you guys. We need to be closer to each other. So, yeah, here we are. We're ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready. So I'm gonna ask a question.
What's up?
What was your what the fuck moment this week? Tell me all about it. Tell
Okay.
the audience all about it.
Okay. So, yesterday, I don't even know how much I could say. But anyways, yesterday, I'm at work and I overhear a conversation happening. I'm not involved in this conversation. I overhear it happening regarding my podcast. And then I get pulled into the office to talk to like the owner of our business and like the boss. And I had a conversation about my butt plugs and the professionalism or unprofessionalism of that. And so I don't know. I'm very grateful that my bosses, I can't even just skip over it. Actually, that is such, it was, it was a very, I felt like it was a moment of testing, to be honest, from like the universe about how like dedicated I am to this. Because before I ever even launched this podcast, when we started really, because this is our third take at trying to do a podcast. And so when we decided to do this, I knew that I was going to be showing my ass to the world. I knew that our asses were going to be out there, and I was okay with that. And I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, this is a dream that I've had for years, and I'm here and I'm doing it. And that's what matters. That's what matters the most to me. And
Amen.
I am very grateful that my bosses were super respectful about it, super professional about it. It was for what should have been such an off conversation. It was pretty good, you know? And that like got brought up and I was like, is this awkward?
Yes.
It was a little bit, but in that moment that like it was apologized for the like awkward moment. I was like, it's not awkward. Like I decided to put that on a podcast for the whole world. And I I don't know. I feel like
You owned it though.
yes.
You owned it.
Yes, because I'm damn good at my job.
Yeah.
Damn good at my job. And if you would never see my podcast, you would not know like who I am in my professional. Like I'm a damn good professional. And I understand how like my podcast and my personal interests can conflict with my job because of how vast social media is. But you got to make sacrifices for your dreams. And I think, I don't know, my tarot readings, I do tarot readings every weekday morning as part of like my morning routine, like when I do like my crystals and stuff. But then I'm like, and it was crazy because yesterday when this happened, I pulled a card that was not super foreshadowing of what was going to happen that later day, but I had definitely thought about my job. And I was crazy because I thought about the things that I love about my job because I do love my job, but I love my dreams more. And so I'm glad that it was able to be a good conversation. And I feel like we both got what we wanted out of that conversation. At least I felt like that. And so it was kind of empowering to go back to work today and see people that seen my ass on my podcast for my first episode and to just feel confident in my craft. So I don't know. I felt like it was a test. That's how I took it. And so even though it was a what the fuck moment that I was not expecting to happen episode 1, like clips of episode 1, I'm grateful that it happened and got out of the way now because I feel like it it's less sticky to just do it now than do it later. Like my ass is out there.
Exposed.
Exposed. My ass is out there. My butt plugs are out there. So, what was your what the fuck moment this week?
Frankly, it literally happened this morning.
Oh, yeah, I know. That kind of put a damper on your whole day.
Yeah, maybe that's why I've been so off today.
Yeah, no, I feel like that definitely does. Things, ghosts of the past definitely will fucking haunt your day. So,
Yeah, well, this morning I was like taking trash out at work and I came back to my phone ringing. I tried to get to it, but I missed the call. And I thought it was somebody at work that like I didn't have their number saved or something. And I answered it and it was a male's voice and I was like, "Who is this?" And out of nowhere, they say, "It's Z." And I just like froze
ugh.
for like a good couple minutes
And Z is your ex, which
yeah.
we don't know
talked about-
super well now. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit, but we will definitely get to know Z more.
Yeah. And like I froze. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, "Oh my God, this is not happening right now." And he's just like, "Don't hang up. Don't hang up." And I'm just like my body was not moving.
Well, yeah, it's not uncommon to have lockup moments when you're kind of like in the middle of a PTSD moment. That man was abusive to you in lots of ways. So it's not shocking that like your body literally was like, fuck, when you realized that it was him.
Yeah. And so like when I like finally came back to my senses, I was just like, "Oh my God, this is not happening." And then out of nowhere, I hear like a girl's voice in the back. And I was like, I swear if he's calling me to like let
While
me
you
know.
was with a new girl or what?
I thought. But here's the
That's
thing.
what I would have thought at first too. I'd have been like,
Yeah, I was like, if you're calling me just to like try and get in my face that you have like another girlfriend or something, I was like, I could care less. Take him, please.
like, please
Save
leave me alone.
And so out of nowhere, she's like, "Come over and drink with us." And I'm just like, "Now what in the hell is happening?" I'm still like startled. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Wait, and this was this morning?
This morning, five, I would say like 4:50 a.m. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe in my younger days, I would be like, ooh, but like 4:50 in the morning, like even on like a late night, I'm like, y'all, I would like to do stuff tomorrow. I need at least a couple hours of sleep. It's bedtime. And they're like, come drink with us.
Yeah. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I am at work." They're like, "What are you doing when you get off work?" I'm like, "I'm going to bed." And I was
Yeah, no, it's 4:50 in the morning, but I just been working
like
for
the
5 minutes.
whole time Zach was on the phone, I was like a straight asshole because I was like, I could care less. And then this lady, this girl, she was like, "Yeah, he showed me a picture of you. You're very pretty." And I was just like, "Thanks." I'm like, "What?"
I wonder if he's just like going around showing your picture to his friends, being like, look at my ex-girlfriend. Or if the fact that your name is tattooed on his legs. Speaking of a tattoo, in black bold lettering, Rhianna from knee to ankle. I bet that's a conversation starter. Like, who the heck is Rhianna?
The funniest thing,
Who's Rhianna?
the funniest thing is she was even like, "I thought she was gonna come over. Or you even have her name tatted on your leg." And that I just started laughing because then I was like, now I really do know that all the other girls he was with, they did see it.
How do you hide that? How do you hide that if he's like being allowed to walk in the dark, turn the lights off? Like, he just wore pants all the time. That whole hot ass summer, he just wore pants.
He did it a lot when he had it, or when he has his ankle monitor. I don't know if he still has that thing, but
So is it on the same leg? Because I'm like, please tell me that he doesn't have a conversation starter for both legs. And they're both bad like I have tattoos everywhere. So I have conversation
no, I
starters
think
everywhere.
it's on the opposite.
Oh my gosh. So it's like, who's this bitch on this leg? And what the fuck you did on this leg?
To another one to get that. Like, Jesus.
Oh, Lord. I wonder what he's going to come, because it's big, bold, black lettering up his whole leg. What are you gonna, you're gonna have to get like a black line all the way up his like leg. And how do you like end that? He's just gonna like, what is gonna cover that?
Oh, I hope it haunts him for the rest of his life, to be honest.
But anyways,
oh yeah.
4:50 in the morning, you did not leave work to go drink with him.
No, well, no, I was still working until 6:30. And like,
did he try to hang out with you after, or would like you didn't talk to him again after that?
No, after she took over, I didn't talk to him, and she was sitting there. She was trying to get like the whole story of what happened between me and him, and I'm just like, why? Like, why do you need to know? I was like, if you want, I was like, go ask him. I know he's gonna lie. And she's like, yeah, he would lie. And I was like, I know.
Never in my life have I ever just like nonchalantly, blatantly been like, yeah, my friend's a liar. I don't think I have anybody that I'm friends with that is like liars.
Yeah.
Like, I know people who are liars, but I'm like, they're not like my friends.
I don't know. I was like, at that moment, I wanted a drink then, because I was like, this is not how I wanted my morning.
Well, I mean, you can drink now.
I know, and I believe,
because it would be a shame if we were not drinking a little bit on our episode about some of our best drunk memories. You know, you just have to. It's a sin if you don't.
I should put it.
And you are not a big drinker.
No.
Which, you know what, I don't know. I can't say that I've ever not been like, I don't like drink super often, but when I drink, I mean, I drink to get fucked up. Because I'm like, if I'm drinking, like I'm not just having like one beer. Like what?
Yeah.
You know, like why?
I just have to be really, really, really in the mood to drink.
I know, and you were our first time, or your first time ever getting drunk.
My first time was a hoot.
Oh, it's great. I don't really remember much of the first half. So we're gonna let you tell that. And then when you black out is when I start gaining some recollection of what happened that night. But I remember for sure it was your first time getting drunk, and I had a bag of, what is it? Sunset Blush. Fucking Fran's box one.
Oh.
Oh, that shit is delicious. Delicious. Great. And she does not agree. She does not agree. But I had a bag. We were slapping that fucking bag. And Rhianna goes, oh, we're not getting drunk. I'm not getting drunk.
Yeah, because we weren't like really, we were painting.
Yeah, and when we paint, we're
really focused. We get really focused when we paint.
Oh my God, yeah, I know. I'll like fill a glass of wine and not touch it for out, like not finish it, and we'll be painting for like 8 hours. My knees are cracking, my back is aching. I'm like fucking rolling around on the ground, fucking every couple minutes trying to figure out a new position, and the glass of wine is still sitting there. So we were slacking because we were painting.
And so due to the slacking, we decided to put on a timer for every minute, right?
No, I think it was like
it was
I think we started at a reasonable time. I think we were like every 90 minutes. And then like 20 minutes later, we're like, we're not fucked up yet. Whose idea was that?
I don't remember.
Was that me? I'm a timer person.
Yeah, you are. Whatever timer it was, it was like, this is not working. We still are not getting there. She was. I wasn't.
Well, yeah, because my sits aren't 5%.
Okay, it was also my first time drinking, and I didn't know what I was gonna experience or not.
It's like, if you just throw it at the back of your throat and get her down.
Well, I also didn't know that, okay? But anyways, we start,
down.
we really start drinking. She's gone. Every time the timer goes off, she's over there twerking to it.
I have a vague recollection. What I remember is I do remember like getting it.
Yes.
And I had this like giant oversized t-shirt that's like tie-dye that I paint in because I don't want to ruin my clothes, but I don't want to be like naked. So I have this, I mean, I always want to be naked, but that's not socially acceptable. So I'm in a giant fucking oversized t-shirt, fucking twerking the time, just like,
She was getting it though.
I was getting it. And you can do it to anything. But I don't remember.
Got you.
I don't remember. It was, I don't remember a bit for a while.
So, well, after we had gone, I was like pretty tipsy at that point. You were gone. You were already just drunk. And
I remember we threw on Coco and we're dancing to like Coco music.
Yeah. Well, we decided we were going to make bath bombs.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, she doesn't remember that. We got the bath bombs for Christmas because this was 3 days after Christmas that this happened. So, December 28th, 2020. Date to remember.
Oh, but I don't remember the date. I don't remember mine. I remember
something
great. I remember some great. I remember some things and they were the great things. But we were making fucking bath bombs.
We were making bath bombs, and then you have like something in you that makes you just knock over any glass because you done spilled drinks.
It's liquid in general. I attract liquids.
But you spilt it all over the bath bombs, and we were like, oh shit. Oh,
wine?
Shit. Yes, wine, because we were drinking
it. Add a little bit of pizzle.
Yeah, and it like spilled all over the table, and it was like going toward the Christmas tree, and we were like, ah! And so we started like trying to clean.
We were making them on the floor?
No, it was right next to the table. Remember when Mom had the table in the kitchen or in that?
Oh, the little like coffee table one?
Oh no, it was the big table.
Yeah, but it got on the floor and was going towards
the tree. because we were
by the wine did I spill?
We were by the tree, like on the opposite side, because we had our paint stuff on the other side. So the bath bombs were on that side next to the tree. And so we were making them over on that side, and when you spilt it, it like spilled over the table next to the. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
I just have a knack, dude. It just
every time it never fails.
What's crazy is we've had like a couple like episodes we've recorded that have been like when we very first started out, because this is not our first time trying.
No,
and so we have a couple scrap ones, and there are several fucking times like when I'm watching the videos to edit that I'm like, God damn it. And it always happens before we even start like our intro, like into the thing, like while we just like are setting up and I just have it recording for some fucking reason. I'm like, God damn it, every fucking time. Or like we'll start it and then I'll spill it immediately. And then like that's why it sees us cleaning up the whole mess. But I spilled wine in the bath bombs.
Yeah.
What did we do after that?
We entered we were auditioning for the 2020 Olympics. AKA that means cartwheels, somersaults, dancing, gymnastics.
And I was killing that shit.
Probably. I don't remember.
Not bronze. Maybe I'd get like a nickel medal. You know what I mean? Because the motherfuckers, I mean, the 2024 Olympics, maybe. I don't remember us doing, were we actually doing like, were we reenacting the 2020 Olympics?
No, we were just
auditioning.
We were auditioning in our living room.
Because like that was our intention or something?
No, I'm just calling it we were auditioning because we were flopping around like a bunch of kangaroos. And then we started sending like Snapchats to
Hot Potato. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, there's a guy in my life that I call Hot Potato because anytime I've let him in my life, I've caught him hopping around, just getting passed around like a hot potato. And I'm like, I just can't with you. So that's his name.
Suits him well.
Yeah. Motherfucker getting passed around like a peace pipe out of power.
Yeah, and speaking of Mr. Potato, what did I send him?
Did you send him? I don't remember.
Oh, well, I didn't send him, but you were like pointing it at me, and what did I say? It's a very famous
Oh my God. So this was when you very first started getting fucked up. I remember this part. And you had a glass of wine and you like tippy toe a little bit and turn it to the side with your middle finger up and you go, fuck you, bitch. And I just love it. And I'm like, because I just love that I got one of your first, like your moments of being drunk for the first time, like video documented. Memory forever.
famous video in our family now.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm like the good child. I'm the good child.
Yeah, and it was really kind of like the veil dropping a little bit on your innocence. And of course I provoked.
That is the one I love.
But I don't remember the bath bomb. I don't remember the Olympics. Did I do well? I know there was a part that I didn't do well.
No, and I think this is what disqualified you because we ended up trying to go upstairs and I don't remember what for. Do you remember what for? Probably not. You were too drunk.
Yeah, I don't even remember going upstairs. I don't remember going down the fucking stairs. I don't remember that for sure. I only know what happened because there's like also video documented proof. Well, what is wrong with us?
I'm gonna kind of like go into like the future a little bit for right now. So that morning we woke up, you were like, ow, I have a huge bruise like on my ass, and I have no idea how it happened. Well, backtracking, I was like later scrolling through and like watching.
Did you not initially remember it either?
No. Like after I watched it,
we were both so fucked. We don't remember probably the biggest incident of the night. Could have died. Could have broken a bone, my neck. I don't remember what happened. You don't remember what happened. All we know is there's a video of me
at the bottom of this
backwards at the bottom of the stairs. And what I love is that, like, I could have been fucking seriously injured, and you were like, hold up, wait, don't move, I gotta get this. And my fucking stupid ass is like, I don't even know if I can move, but I'm just like, eh. We'll have to post it. We'll have to post that with our clips from this.
Literally this episode because like this may sound a little messed up, but like in a way it kind of looked like you have like no legs and like no arms because the way everything was folded.
Just bend the fuck back. Just it
was just like this and this. So yeah, it was definitely like as I watched the video, I then was like, oh, I kind of like can remember that a little bit. And so like now it's like
yeah, I can be like, I know why you have that bruise on your ass.
And I was like, oh my God, I think I found out what happened. And you were like, what? And I like sent you the video and you were laughing. You were freaking laughing. And it was just, God. Yeah. So she did not make it to the 2020 Olympics.
Yeah, no, that just, I don't remember that. The only thing that I remember after us like setting the timer and shaking my ass to it is us going to the garage because you were like, let's smoke some weed. I'm ready to smoke weed for my first time. And I was like, it would be
My
an
biggest
honor. It would be a fucking honor. Let me christen you in the fucking essence of natural herbal fucking medicine. Like, let me just fucking open that door for you. And I remember us being out in the garage, sitting on like the little step down that comes from the laundry room. That's pretty typical for a lot of houses. And we were sitting there and I had this big, like thick, fat Rasta pipe and I loved it. And you couldn't figure out how to like hold it with the carb and like the lighter. And so I was like, and I told you specifically, I was like, do not drop my pipe. Please don't drop my pipe. Like, I love this pipe. It's one of my favorite. Like, please like, be careful. And you like couldn't figure it out. And so I held it for you and I hit it. And I was like, all you got to do is you just got to suck in. And when I let go, like just keep doing it. And then I'll let go and just hit it. And I barely lit it. And you immediately started calling. I don't know. You guys fucking do this shit. And I'm laughing so fucking hard. I just like, fucking throw my pipe, just and it breaks, and I just start laughing because I'm like, fuck, of course, this is too funny. And then we go back inside,
and that is when I go black.
And that's when I think the weed brought me to, because that's when my recollection and memory really come back. And I think maybe I didn't think you got anything because you immediately hit it. We're like,
you also have to think, previous to that moment, we were out in the kitchen doing, one wine glass, fill up another one. And then we filled up another one.
I told you
of that.
Once you just get a couple down, you lose taste. Like alcohol doesn't taste like alcohol anymore. You just have to break the fucking taste barrier. It's like swallowing alone. You just got to get it down. Anyways. Or if you're Rhianna, you get crossfaded. You got to let it come up. This poor girl. I remember being out in the dining area where our paint stuff was and just hearing, and I was like, oh, I know you. And like, so I go in to check on you. And you're like, I have the typical drunk puke stance, just half curled on the floor with your arm like looped around the top of the toilet, just and I'm like, oh, poor baby. And I remember at one point I came in to check on you because you were like, wanted the light off. And you were like, we had Coco going because I was one of your favorites, and I think that's why we ended up putting Coco on as your dying. I'm like, oh, one of Rhianna's favorite Disney movies. This would be great. And I remember you singing, and so I thought that I was going to get a cute little video, like, oh, drunk sissy singing. And I got in there, and you have your arm around the toilet. Like, I don't even remember the song, but you're just, just like a little tiny fucking, like, you're singing and you puke a little bit, and just, it looks like soggy bread just, like, comes out and like a little plop, and you immediately go back to singing. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, keeping the spirit alive. Go chant. And I think after that, you full on progressed to mental breakdown about short stuff at the time. Oh my God. And we have to give a little backstory to that. But at the time that this happened, you had a long distance relationship with a guy who lived several states away, who you like hadn't seen. But he was pretty much first. Yeah, like he FaceTimed us, FaceTimed grandma, mom, all of us. Like we knew who he was. We had a very interesting personal relationship with him because it was all through technology, like the phone and shit. But he was your first. He was a very important and special person in your life. And so you just started having a full-on mental breakdown about him and whether he loved you or not, while still simultaneously singing fucking Coco. And I'm like, I love it, bitch, because those are my type of mental breakdowns. You got bring right around, you know what I mean? Like, round, just getting it. Just, oh my God. You mean, mommy? I mean, I don't know. I remember. I don't think he loves me, sissy. I don't think he loves me. I was like, say it again. I don't. I don't know. He lives states away and he's buying you food. I mean, he gotta let you a little bit. Like, I think you're okay. To put your ass to bed.
Well, no, because I remember there was at one point he was calling me. Oh, I know that. Do you remember that? He was.
Did I text him? I know at some point I did talk to him and I was like, Riri's going through it. She needs a little bit of reassurance. And he was quick to it, even though he ended up being a cheating bastard, which is another story for another time.
It's fine. But yeah, after that.
Those ain't loyal. Oh, and before I put you to bed,
Yeah, no, Chantry walked in.
yeah, our stepdad came home because it was just you and I. And I wasn't living there at the time, but you were.
Mm.
And that's why we were there. I think I had a roommate or something. So that's why we were at mom's house. No one else was there. Chantry had come home and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, well, that sent me into another mental breakdown about, I was like, oh my God, Chantry's gonna tell mom that I'm in here drunk. I'm a failure. I got nothing to life. Like, all this.
Mom ain't judging. My first time ever getting drunk was with mom. And I was 11 years old. Granted, her and like the guy we were living with, her roommate, were fucking drinking at the time. And I was like begging. And she let me have one shot of Jaeger. I don't remember anything after doing the worm, like the worm on the floor, and then having a hangover the next morning. My mom being like, I want to spill. So I don't think mom would have thought you were a failure. You were her golden child. You're the only fucking child she has that hasn't been to child prison. Like, you could have you could have been fucking snorting coke in there and she would have been like, oh, fuck. You know, that's still not the worst. Like,
you're still one less thing away from your siblings.
Hey. But yeah.
Oh, God.
No, and Chandra's chat about it. Chandra's chat. Chandra's fucking,
yeah,
go
I fucking helped you get me to bed.
He was like, well, if you don't want mom to know, you better get her ass fucking 99 now. And, it was riggedy. And, I was dapper the next day, you know, because I was in my early 20s and I still was able to fucking drink a half a bag of fucking wine and like do my shit the next day. And even though you're younger than me, you did not.
No. The worst part is I had a hangover for 2 days. 2 days. And I was in the bathroom, I would say at least for 12 hours just trying to puke the next couple.
No, I think I did live there because I kept the bag of wine under my bed and you fucking... Yeah, it was a moment because I never lived with mom super long. It's always been like short, like transitional period, or it's always been like 2-3 months. And it was, I was living there on the fucking time.
Because I remember
when
I walked by it, I was like, oh my God, I can't even.
That's fucking, like, oh my God. I can't even look at brandy anymore. I can't even fucking box.
And you were just like, oh my God, it's been a week. You're not even over it. And I was like, no.
Yeah, fucking. Meanwhile, I have wonderful, great memories and feelings about anything that looks like boxes of wine, and you're fucking traumatized. Have you drank wine since then?
I've had like maybe 5 sips of it since then, and that's been 4 years ago.
Was it?
Yes, 2020.
Oh my God.
Almost 4 years.
Damn.
And I've maybe taken a few sips of wine. I've definitely not finished a glass of wine.
You know, I do. Oh my God. I have a couple great, well, it's great. I have a couple great hangover stories. Not a lot of great, like, drunk stories. Maybe not remembering shit. But one thing that I do remember, and I carry this with me, anytime I drink, anytime I decide to go, like, do adult leisurely activities, is that anything is not possible. And I'm going to give you all a little preface that. So, I have never drank Henny before. I know that's you have, because you have
I've had a couple
that drink that like that.
I've had a couple of shots.
Okay. So this is my story about my first and only time ever drinking fucking Henny. So I was with my ex Molly, because yeah, that's his name. That's what we're gonna call him. We were with fucking Molly, and we had decided to go to Meow Wolf up in Denver when it had first opened. And so we went up a day early and got like a hotel. I can't remember what else we had done that day. Can't remember. But I know that I ended up meeting up with one of my friends that had moved up there, and we went to this like arcade bar. And they didn't have a big selection of drinks, maybe like one piece of paper that was laminated and just like maybe 6 to 8 drinks. And there was this drink called Anything is Possible. Like anything is possible, but Henny. Henny. Anything is possible. And let me tell you, I thought anything was fucking possible. That was the only drink I drank that night. I can't even tell you how many I drank, but I remember playing like the basketball game with my friend, and the ball had gotten stuck, and I had gone up to the guy like 4 times. I'm a patient person, but I'm also like, I feel like I am capable enough of getting this fucking basketball unstuck if I've asked you 4 times. And so I ended up getting yelled at after crawling up there and getting the fucking basketball out. We didn't get kicked out, but my friends and boyfriend at the time decided, nope, this is it. We're fucking leaving. And as we were leaving, I specifically said that I wanted a fucking Big Mac. That's all I wanted. Just wanted a fucking Big Mac. And I would say that several times throughout the night. But we get to McDonald's, and it's like 1-ish in the morning. It was right before like the bars and stuff closed. And we pull up, and their screen is black. And the lady, goes, "Thank you for coming to McDonald's. Order whenever you're ready." And my ass pops off, "Well, I don't know what I want to order because your screen is black." And I am not a mean person. I'm not. I'm very kind. I'm not like just rude without reason. So it was like, never in my life have I ever talked to somebody in fast food or customer service like that. But I was just like, so it's feeling spicy. And so I was like, I can't. And my boyfriend goes, "We'll do a Big Mac and na. And I immediately pop off. "I have a voice. I can speak for myself. How dare you order for me? My stomach doesn't know what it wants until my eyes see it." Just saying like out of pocket shit. And I was not in the right. I was in the wrong. For sure. And anyways, I get my Big Mac, and then the whole way back to the hotel, I'm arguing, letting my Big Mac get cold, and we're arguing, fighting, and I mentioned something because we had brought my car about that I was going to leave and go back to our town, and he could either come with me or not. And we had bought Meow Wolf tickets for the next day. Like I'm being, or not the next day, it was that fucking day. It's early as shit in the fucking morning at this point. And I'm just being like a bitch for no reason. We go up to the hotel, and we're still like fighting and arguing. And it's not even really him fighting and arguing, but it's me like pushing to see if he'll like break. And I'm like, "I'll leave right now." And he goes, "Okay, let's go." And so I make us pack up all our shit. I make us go down to the fucking concierge. I make him check us out as I'm crying and I've smeared fucking makeup, drunk, stupid as fuck. And we check out. We get to my car, and I go, "Do you think that they would let us check back in?" And he goes, "What the fuck?" He did not say that, but he goes like, I would have been like, "Bitch, what the fuck?" And he goes, "What?" And I was like, I don't want to leave. I know I was being unreasonable. I don't know why I couldn't let it go. I thought you were going to like, and I owned it, and I was very accountable. It was a self-realization moment and like a growing moment for me. But because of that, I was like, I don't know why. Any other reason than Henny. Henny was that right? Like, and so I don't drink that. Like there's just some, like how some people can't drink any alcohol and they get fucky, or certain alcohols. I know for sure Henny is it for me. And tequila sometimes. I either want to do two things on tequila. I either want to fight or I want to dance. Depends on like what the atmosphere is like. Are we crumping? Are we cracking? You know what I mean? So
I usually just cry no matter what I drink.
well, I mean, I don't actually be like fighting on tequila, thankfully. Like, don't have, like, that's not like been a big concern. But I definitely get spicier with some fucking alcohols, and I know, like, Penny, just no. And then we go back in, and they let us check back in. And we get up to the hotel, and he goes, they probably think that I fucking beat the shit out of you or something. Like, we checked out, you're crying, we checked back in, and then I start crying about how my Big Mac is cold. And I remember us going to IHOP, and we like hashed it over, and shit was good. But the lesson that was learned was that anything is not fucking possible.
Oh, sounds like an eventful night.
Oh God, yeah. No, and what's shitty is the whole time that it was going, I was also having like a subconscious conversation with myself, like, bitch, you're being crazy. Like, and I would also have side notes of like, he's handling this so well. Like, I'll sit here and I'll talk shit on Molly because he was not perfect, but I also was not the greatest person in that relationship. And I'll be very honest about that. And motherfucker, yeah, he had poise in that situation, and he handled me very fucking well, and like he made it hard. He didn't like feel like I knew the whole time. I was like, I'm being crazy. This is crazy. Like, and he was being completely justified the whole time. He was like, the whole time, the whole way to McDonald's, you talked about how you wanted a Big Mac, and I didn't understand why you were being spicy, and so I just decided to order it for you. Like, and I was like, fuck you, fuck you. I'm an independent woman. I have a voice, so I can order my own food. Like, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I know. Like, I respect you. I know that. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And I was, God, that was years ago at this point. That was definitely, we've been broken up for over a year now. And we were together for a year and a half. So that was about 3 years ago now.
Yeah, well, I would say about a year ago from now is probably a time that,
Your last mental breakdown.
well, was it my last one?
It was the last one that I was a part of. I remember that.
Yeah. And this one was fun. This one was, this has Z in it.
No, it was fun. I don't think it was actually fun for either of us.
No, I'm being sarcastically what I mean.
If you didn't pick that up,
yeah, if you didn't,
it was not a fun time.
Yeah, no. One, just because Z was there, and then oh, you're a lover boy.
Oh my God. First of all,
Ringo.
Okay, so I hit you up. I want to hang out with you, and this is when you're still up Z's ass.
No, that's when he wanted me up his.
You were at the fucking park watching him play basketball.
Yeah, I know.
I went down to the park, hang out with you. They're playing basketball for so long. I remember we walked to the gas station and got fucking these delicious corn nuts. Oh. The best fucking nut I ever had in my mouth.
Jalapeno ranch.
Period. Oh.
I can't ever find them.
I can't find them anywhere. There's regular ranch. There's not even jalapeno. And I'm like, where are these goddamn corn nuts?
Literally.
They were fucking
smack.
Chef's motherfucking kiss. Chef's motherfucking kiss. And anyways, they got us through that horrid, awful fucking one-on-one basketball game where I just talked shit the whole time. We were just talking shit the whole time. And it was like late. I remember the sun was a little bit out, and it was like dark by the time that we decided to leave and hit the liquor store.
Yep.
And
I'm 12.
You broke ass hoes couldn't get anything, so Ringo brought those goddamn Jello shots that he made with his uncle. And anyways, Ringo is Z's friend, so her man's friend And let me tell you, I have a fucking feeling I know why they call him Rango. This motherfucker's eyes, he looks like Rango. Johnny Depp's iguana. Like, look at that motherfucker. And all night, all night. Andy, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, Andy, you're so gorgeous. Oh my God, Andy, how you don't got a man? How no one taking care of you? And I was like, you's gonna take care of me? You's gonna take care of me. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, but I'm just happy that my little sister, thinks that her older sister is cool enough to hang out with. So I'm like, thanks. Thanks. No thanks. Chill out. Like I at points had to be like, but chill. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'll be nice. Like, if you give me a compliment, I'll receive it. Thank you. Because I give people compliments all the time. I walk in it through a campus, and you know how many times I tell bitches like, love that. Love your outfit. Love your that. Like, I get it. I love to like, so if somebody compliments me, I'm gonna appreciate that. But I feel like if you give some men, any fucking shred of fucking attention, they're like, why would she tell me thank you if she didn't want to fuck me? And then I have to be not fucking nice, and I don't like that shit. So, eventually I had to be like, yeet. And you were having the time of your life. He was running off with motherfucking bottles.
That's my toxic trait. When I drink, I be taking bottles.
Which you should not be doing, because you are a fucking
emotional drunk.
But you're young, and you gotta you know what? I think as you heal more shit and you get through more shit and you get drunk, like, I still get emotional sometimes when I'm drunk, but I'm like, do we want to cry, or do we want to shake our ass and then cry about this when we're sober? Yes. B. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta show that shit on you. Gotta compartmentalize. Yeah. And you'll get better at that when you get older.
Yeah, but I don't know. You were saying something about after I had taken those bottles.
Bitch, you are a mess. I remember you were falling all over the place. So fucking Zach and Ringo had to like get you down, and I brought you a glass of water. And you're fucking like, Zach's holding you up because you're like slumped drinking this fucking water. And I decided to pull out my camera, and you and I are just locked eye contact. So it looks like you're locked eye contact with the camera. And you're just, and the water is dripping out your fucking mouth. And I'm just like, this bitch is trash. I love you. I love you so much. And then next thing I know, you steal a bottle and you run to the bathroom, and we think, oh, Rhianna's being cutesy funsy. And then I try to get in the bathroom, and you won't let me in. And I'm like, Ree, open the door. Like, let me in, bitch. I want some. Give me some of the kinky. Bitch, I bought that kinky. Like, can I come in? I'm like, pissed or sisters? If you're pissed, then why are you peeing alone? Like, fucking open the door. And you're not responding. You're not pissing. Then I continue. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And so I go tell Z, I'm like, she's in there crying. Like, I need to get in there. I need to make sure she's okay. We need to be chill. I was like, maybe because you're her man, maybe she doesn't want me right now. Maybe she wants you. He tried, no cigar. And then Rango, Captain fucking Save All goes, I'll open the door. Do you want me to open the door? I'll open the door. And he goes, Rhianna, I don't want to break this door down. And I was like, whoa, first of all, you've been like a goddamn salamander. Get the fuck out of here. You're not breaking down no fucking doors. Like, you're making the situation. Go sit the fuck down. Your wrist is not fizzling. Like, get the fuck out. And so made them go sit on the couch. And I'm like, okay, gotta try a different approach. I'm sitting against the fucking door, and I'm like, Rhianna, if you don't want to see me right now, if you don't want to talk, if you don't want anything, that's okay. But I just need you to open the door, because I just need to know that you're safe and okay. And I just
I was having a full-fledged panic attack.
Yeah, no, and I knew those sounds because that's exactly what the fuck I sound like when I'm having a panic attack. You were there fucking leaving Chris Brown. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, I don't have a panic attack. I know, like, oh my god, and there's everyone around me. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I need my inhaler. Oh my god, like I knew what the fuck was happening on the other side of that door, which was I was like, let me in. I felt like fucking Anna, like. Do you want to build a snowman? Open the fucking door. I know you're super drunk right now, but in the morning you'll let this all go. We can still be best buddies. Just open up. Just let me make sure you're not dead. Like, I felt in that moment. I mean, peace out. Anyways, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna open the door. So I'm like pushing the door open, like I'm like, Rhianna, you're hurting me. You're hurting me. Just let me see you're okay, and I'll get out. Just let me. And I'm like slithering through. I'm scared I'm gonna rip a nipple off, like through my ring. I get in there. I finally get you sat down, and you just like let go what was going on.
I don't even remember what the whole crying session was about.
I remember we cried about our dads at some point.
Yeah.
And I remember because I remember crying with you and being like, I can relate. Like, and our dads, that's just a fucking fork in the road that will take us on a whole other podcast. But our dads are shit fucking dads. And as kids and like as a parent, I definitely don't understand it, which is why I don't give my fucking dad the shred of day or ask for him anymore. Is pretty much the basis of what was going on with you is how can you just not care? Like I have a whole ass life. I'm doing all this shit and you have no idea. You've never seen my house. You don't even know what I do for work. You don't know anything I've done. Like, you don't know like what I look like. Like, and it's such a deep, hard fucking thing. And it fucks you as a kid and it fucks you as an adult. And it fucks me even more now as an adult a little bit because I have a kid and I just don't understand. I'll never understand. The reasoning is there's no reason or excuse that's ever going to be good enough for me.
Then, even though he's not my kid, but he's my nephew, I couldn't imagine being away from my nephew. I'm like, anywhere you go with my nephew, I think I'm going.
Oh yeah, no, when he goes with his dad, like when he very first would go, I would sob. I would come to your guys' house and just cry and be like so sad. And as it's been years and we've gotten used to it, I look at my time away from my son different. I'm like, it sucks that he has a whole other life that I'm not a part of. That he has siblings and a dad and a stepmom and that they go and do things together and I don't know. And I'm not there and I'm not a part of it. And it used to make me really depressed and fucking sad, you know, and me and Anchor's dad have never like been together since like we, you know, broke up before I even found out I was pregnant. So he never got to have that dynamic. And so to just know that like as much as it sucks, I'm grateful he at least has a dad. So what can I do to make the time that I'm not a mom's better for myself? And now I have hobbies and I go do things. And that's when I spend time with my friends and I paint and I hike and I go do all these things. And I do those things with my son now too, that he's older. But it aches my heart to just know like my dad has never met my son, doesn't give a fuck. And we just had a long, deep, drunk fucking conversation about that in your bathroom, you know? And then your neighbors, they fucking were knocking on the floor.
That's what started the whole mental breakdown. Because when I was flopping all over the floor because I couldn't stand straight whatsoever, they kind of reminded me of what like me and mom did when our neighbors were really loud and we were like full flat floor at like 12 o'clock in the morning, vacuum, everything. God, it was great. But yeah, that reminded me of that. And so I felt really bad that I was being loud. And so I decided that instead of just quieting down, I was gonna have to
You go to the bathroom and kill myself. And fucking I such a piece of shit. Why else would my dad not love me?
Is this the reason?
Is it the reason? That was the 13th reason. I think that was the 12th. Thank God I got it. But you know that, and the reason that like that's the reason I like to drink outdoors in nature. A, because I love fucking nature and that's where I want to be. I'm an earth sign. That's where I feel my best. That's where I feel most free. But also because you don't have fucking to worry about neighbors. But the shitty thing about getting fucked up in the wilderness is when you lose something, fucked. Fucked.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about. You was there.
now I do.
You was there, how?
Now I
All right. So
now I do.
well, it was definitely it was a Saturday.
Yeah, and it was a great day.
Oh my God, great day. We were feeling good. The sun was out. My buns was out. We were like, let's go on a hike. I was like, I know a beautiful hike you haven't been to. It's great. It's like luscious. There's a canyon. Oh, it's very close. It's not open and deserty like most of the like hikes that we have around here. I was like, there's caves and a creek and it's beautiful. And we went out there, and when we went out there was no one, no fucking cars, no fucking campers. And thank God on the way, when we hit that fucking gas station, we got 3 mini buzz balls. And I was like, you know what? I bought my fanny pack because I used to wear fanny packs all the time when I was pregnant and Aiden was a baby because it was just easy. But now I only bring them like for like raves and hikes. And usually I have my keys on a carabiner. I've had them on a fucking carabiner for what?
Oh no, my foot just.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, what?
Oh,
I don't know. I was like, I'm not sure. All right. Oh, so anyways, we get the buzz balls and we get out there. There's nobody there, no campers. And oh, sorry, we were talking about my camp. Let's just start that.
Go back to where you were talking about the fanny pack.
Oh. But I always have my keys on a carabiner, and for some fucking reason, I decided I was like, I'm just gonna take the key fob off and put it in my fanny pack. We'll be fine. I've got pipe. I've got fucking keys. We're good. Like I've got vape in there, and we hit the trail, music bumping because there's no other hikers. So we're gonna fucking get lit. We're gonna shake our ass, and that's what we did. All motherfucking hike, just popping pussy all over that trail, and we get to the cave. We smoke in the cave. There's these big ass rocks that are right by the creek. We're on those dancing. We're out there for hours, having a great time. And even though we've been hiking and dancing the whole time, we were still
going
the whole fucking way back. Skip it. Skip it. And I have a remote start and my key fob. I have these buttons on the outside of my front doors that if you click, it'll unlock the door. Or lock and unlock it. And I get up there, I click it, and I am able to open my door. And I'm like, cool, think nothing of it. Rhianna gets in there. We're still having a good time. We've been out there for hours, so we're not really buzzed anymore, but we're like, we're still like fucking, we're about a great day. Just like the energy of the day. We're like, let's go home. Let's fucking get it. Have a great night. And I press my brakes and I press my button to start my car, and it goes, no remote detected. And I'm like, that's weird. And so I open and close my door just to like try it again. No remote detected. I'm like, that's weird. The door wouldn't have unlocked. And then I get out and I look around. I'm looking at my fanny pack. I'm like, I don't see my keys. And I'm like, there's no way that it would have let me open my door if the key wasn't with me. So I'm looking around the car. I was like, it has to be here. we don't see it. And I was like, fuck, maybe I didn't double click, because if I click one time, it'll lock these 3 doors, and I have to click twice to click all 4 of them, like the driver one. And I was like, fuck, maybe I didn't click it twice, and that's why I was able to open my door. And so I was like, okay, this is an easy hike. We went off trail, but not too much. Like, we went to good spots. We'll find it. I'm being super positive because I'm like, we're going to manifest it. Being positive. We both go, nothing. Head back, look. You end up going. I remember at some point we separated and got on different sides of the creek, because there were times that we did cross back and forth, and nothing. And by the time we had like gotten back from our hike the first time, there was like people setting up camp out there. And so I'm like, fuck. And they had seen us go back so many times that they're like, yo, are you guys good? No. Probably because they probably asked that because after I think the second hike back, I fucking had a moment. And usually I have worked really hard on my like anger and just getting super like handling everything better. And so I take a moment, I take a deep breath, and I go, into the canyon, get up and go, okay, well, there's nothing that I can do except handle it. So I guess I call mom, I figure out a tow truck. And those people restored my like faith in people a little bit.
Yeah, they were so sweet. They were like, do you guys, or they were like, well, what happened? And we're like, well, we lost our keys on the hike.
I lost my fucking keys.
Oh, that sucks. They're like, do you need like a ride into town? We can't drive, but if you have your license, you guys can. And
yeah, we're willing to let me drive their fucking truck.
Yeah,
and I was
I
like,
don't think I would ever.
No. And it sucked because I had to get my car towed because we were out of range of like service, and they have to have like service to be able to connect a remote powered like controller with a car. And so I had to pay to get my tow card. I had to pay to get 2 cars reprogrammed. It was like such a fucking mess, but it was also a great learning experience and growing moment for me, because I was super proud of the way I handled that. And I was like, you know what? Since I killed my buzz, let's go home. Let's get drunk. Let's have a great fucking night. And it kind of led into like a second drunk memory all in one.
Yeah.
But we had a great fucking night. We had the lights going. I had a Britney concert. We were getting it.
As she was doing her concert, I was circling around her.
Yeah, and she's like, I love this video. I was like, we're getting it. This is it. I love this. And at one point, I was feeling so fucking ballsy that I had, and they're small glasses, to put it into scale. They're like smaller than my hand, like my palm, and not like to my big knuckles. Super small fucking cups. And I'm looking at the fucking cup of Buzzball. The Buzzball's looking at me. I'm looking at the Buzzball. Buzzball's looking at me. I picked that motherfucker up and I slammed the whole cup. And then I fucking look at Rhianna, I grab my knees, and she goes, oh my God, what the fuck? And I was like, I just drank that whole
No, and the whole time you were like,
oh. I was like, my God,
if I didn't get stop, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
I was like, no, I just gotta hold it down. I just gotta hold it down. I was like, if I can hold it down, I'll get through anything. I was like, I'll show you, man. I'll show you right now. I just gotta hold it down. And I held it down, and then I went and fucking had a great rest of my night, even though I literally almost fucking died.
Yeah.
And then I ended up having like a whole moment with Shakira. Her and I had a whole moment, and I was like, men can't make me lose.
Yeah, and then you had another crying session yet again.
Yeah.
Because you were like, I'm never, ever, ever.
I'm like,
gonna be with another man ever again. I just need to find a hot bitch. That was it.
Yeah, and then I think it was like the next day I ended up meeting a guy that I like really thought I liked for a couple.
She thought was her soulmate.
The dick was fire.